What's going on, my people? Welcome to YouTube Live number 4. I believe number 4. For those who are joining us live, put your comments in there. If you are a replay, then be sure to put a hashtag replay so we can know where you're coming from. It is a pleasure to be here. We're a couple days short of Thanksgiving. I obviously had some troubles getting on here live as I had a couple comments come through, but the URL did not work for that, so I had to start a new URL. And here we are live talking about the Boise real estate market. You guys know how this works. I'm going to talk about the market, and while people trickle in, I will be talking about the market so people can watch this replayed or recorded, and then you'll be able to watch the update on the market, and then also be able to chime in with your questions. So, um, if you have any of those questions, feel free to chime in and we'll get going. All right. So, what does the Boise real estate market look like right now? Well, guys, I've got all the data that you want to know right here. But long story short, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? So, the temperature out there right now is, in fact, I was at a showing of a home, showing a guy with his guy. And this guy is with his parents at his house, and the mom's like, "Hey, um, how's the market? Are we still seeing those bidding wars?" Remember, people ask questions. You kind of want to see where they're coming from, right? So this gal's come from, they lived in their house for 35 years. And they want to know essentially, are we going to have a bidding war? So I never want to promise the world. But what we're seeing right now is the market is still for those cream puffs. Cream puffs still are getting those bidding wars. They look great. They're updated. They're clean. Everyone wants that home. It fits a $800,000 budget or below. In fact, I've even seen a bidding war on a $2.2 million home this past weekend. And so it doesn't have to just be the 800 below, but if we're going to see the chances of seeing a bidding war are for sellers in this market are lower. But when you see a cream puff come through, you've still got to be ready to act. So that's where we're at in this market. When we look at the number of sales in Eagle, I've got some data here that I think we want to dive into. I find this stuff super super important. Um, we have in Eagle, there have been in January there are 69 homes sold, and then there were 49 in February, 79 in March, 84 in April, 99 in May. June was 76, July 121, which was the highest, and then we were at 78, 106, and in October we had 100. So when we look at homes that are selling, we're looking at the same amount of buyers that roughly the same amount of buyers buying. But right now we have 61 active listings in Eagle. That is not too much different than what we were seeing back in the height of the market this year for February, March, April, May. We are seeing the days on market increase, which is super important. Why? Because it means that buyers, when they go and see a house, they, minus the cream puff situation, don't have to bring out the crazy buyer behavior. They can walk into a home, see if they like it, make an offer, do a home inspection, do an appraisal, let the appraiser do his work, and then they can decide if they are wanting, obviously, with some due diligence, to see if they're wanting to move into that home. So we have seen a market not a shift, a market change of course in that sellers aren't able to hold every single card right now. We still write offers. I just wrote an offer this afternoon, and I was talking to the gentleman making the offer, and he said, he's like, "I read over your offer, and I'm just, man, we sure pay for a lot." Like, that's how the market still is. It's still a seller's market, right? So when there's a chance to pay for the appraisal, the buyer pays for it. Appraisal reinspection, the buyer pays for it. When we have a chance to pay for the escrow fee, that's split. That's the only thing that's split, and the only thing the seller pays for is the mandatory title insurance. So those are only two things that the seller has to pay for. Other than that, the seller's pocketing a ton of money. So that is kind of the speed of the market. When we look at pending homes, so active homes are 61, pending there's 68, and then we sold 98 in the past 30 days, which is pretty much on par with October because it was, we sold 100 in October. Median home price in Eagle has fluctuated to the mid sevens, low sevens. In March, it was 715. We went as high as as high as 916. And then last month we were 855,004. So 855 is the median home price in Eagle. Around the other parts of Ada County, that you can basically subtract about $300,000 plus from the median home price, and you'll be pretty much spot on. One time in January it was 340,000 lower. In February it was $285,000 lower, and so just right around that 300,000 mark for the rest of Ada County, and that includes all of Ada County. When you include Star, that's not going to be quite so dramatic. When you include Garden City, that's going to be more dramatic. So you can kind of get a feel for the market in terms of those price ranges with the days on market. You can also get a feel with the number of active listings, and then better than that, I think better than the data is what we're seeing from buyers' behavior. And guys, for those who are just joining, we are put your comments below. Tell me where you're coming from, and then if you are on replay, put a hashtag replay. I will respond to every comment, but the replays help me know to respond to those when those come in. And so if you guys are live, ask your questions, and if you're a replay, put a hashtag replay on there. Let's see. So those who don't know me, my name is Brian Hymas, realtor here in the Boise Valley, and I am primarily about 35-40% of my business is helping out-of-staters. Most likely, if you're on this, you are an out-of-stater as well, looking to move to the Boise Valley and trying to get a hold of our market. What's it doing? What does it mean for you? And so that's what we're here for, is to answer any and all of those questions. Question for you. Do you know where the rates are at in Boise right now? So you can find them on a 15-year. You can find them as lower than 2.5%. On a 30-year, you can find them as high as 3.25. Yesterday, I had a guy lock in a rate at 2.99%, and that was putting less than 20% down. And so 2.99%. It also depends if you're going retail or you're going wholesale on your loan. Depends on who your lender is, obviously, and what your terms are and what your credit is. But when all is said and done, you can find that anywhere from the 2.5 to 3.25 range. So a reminder, guys, Brian Hymas, Boise, Idaho, realtor, born and raised here, and love all things real estate. And if that's appraising or real estate, if that's finding you out of state or a home, talking about our market, it's truly a passion. So let me know if you have any questions below. Have you heard of question for you? Have you heard of people in our market? Have you heard of them putting in multiple offers and having to waive those home inspections or waive those appraisals or things like that? Have you heard of that before? That is not the type of market we're in right now. So, excuse me. But another question for you. If you had a choice between a new build or a resale, what would you choose and why? You can bet your bottom dollar that the older the home, if all things are the same, that the bigger the yard. If you want to have a large yard on a new home, you can bet your bottom dollar that you won't have any bottom dollars left after that. It takes a lot out of the pocketbook to afford acreage with a new home on it right now. So I have a gal who shows homes with me, and she says, you got to choose space or new. And that's an easy way to put it, space or new. Do we have any first time home buyers on? Any first time home buyers? We'd love to see you guys here. Any questions you have about first time home buying? A lot of times you need a little bit more hand holding, is only because no one's explained it to you. So those are good reminders for all of us. In fact, it's more experienced buyers. I wish I could give them a couple instructions on how we do things. So don't feel bad if you're a first time home buyer. But we encourage you, if you have any questions or anything, please do comment in the questions below. I had somebody last time say I didn't want to comment because I didn't want to monopolize the time. Hey, that's what we're here for. we're here for someone to monopolize my time. I can only talk about this markets for so long before it just becomes regurgitated data that gets a little boring. So, um, if we have any, maybe some topic suggestions for you, maybe you want to know about first time home buying rates. Maybe you want to know about some stats. Maybe you want to know about investments, fourplexes, rentals, VRBOs, the taxes associated with that, why that's beneficial. Maybe it's there's a college fund. Do you know you can pay for your kids' college with real estate? There's something for you. Let's see. Move-in ready. I'd love to hear what you guys have in terms of your preferences on homes. I've talked to quite a few people, obviously, that are moving here, and it definitely is. Um, Everything's a preference, right? So last about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had somebody here who said, I only want corner lots. I was like, man, thanks for showing us a lot of corner lots. Next time, I coincidentally had like 4 out of 6 or 7 home showings we did were corner lots, and they're like, I don't like corner lots, and I didn't know they were corner lots. And you just happen to you find so many different characters and different wants and likes and dislikes, and so everyone's experience is different. So let me know what you're looking for, what you like, what you don't like, and it's easier to help as well. Um, One thing, not getting a lot of participation in terms of comments on the live. So let me dive into something real quick. I want the buyers to know the out of state process I have. 1, 2, 3, easy peasy. I should name it something like 1, 2, 3, easy peasy. That'd be good. But I want you guys to know the process we go on, so you know that we're having something tried and true. The last thing you want to do is miss out on any homes. The last thing you want to do is overpay, and you want to save time. You nor I want to walk through 300 homes to make a decision on one. My job is to help you take all the homes in the Boise Valley and eliminate. Right, the name of the game is elimination. We take a few thousand homes on the market, and we say no. We only want things that are 800,000 and below. Well, that automatically shrinks. We only want 4 bedrooms or more, and we absolutely have to have a basement. Whoa, all of a sudden we're down to 5 to 15 homes. That's my job, is talking with you, because a lot of times when I talk to people like you, we will find that people have a list. In that list, they might say, man, I have to live on a golf course. And I'll say, oh, cool. Why do you want to live on a golf course? I just love the views. Okay. So it's a view lot. Is it a view lot, or is it a golf course that you like? Well, it's obviously it's the view. Okay. So now we just have a view. Do you like water? Prefer not water. Okay. So now we know our non-negotiables, right? We start to add these things up, and it's a lot of times we think we need 4 bedrooms when all is said and done, we need 3 with an office or 4 bedrooms. So those are things that come out in our discussion, knowing those things. So, but again, the idea is to go from here and to funnel it down. By the time you come to Boise, after that Zoom call, we'll do a Zoom call and we'll talk about these things. There's a 10-step buyer process on that phone. There's 10 questions I ask you. And after those 10 questions I ask you, you will be confident that I know what you're looking for. I'm not 100%, but it's pretty dang close. We'll look at homes together. We'll look at the map together. We'll look at homes. I already said that, but we'll do that. When you come to Boise, you will have 5 to 15 homes probably that you will want to look at. That you'll want to see. That you want to see the neighborhoods. You want to see the homes. You want to see the quality construction, and you want to see what Boise has to offer. You want to get to know and feel this area. So your job is to, when I give you those homes after we talk, is to filter through those homes and find 5 to 15 homes that we can use and walk through and touch and feel and see if it's right for you. That's your job. After that, I take care of that. The rest we schedule. We go see homes, and that is by the time we get done seeing all these homes, you will have, one, an offer on the table, or two, you will leave Boise, and I will know 110% what you're looking for. I'm not close to what you're looking for. I will know what you're looking for, and that is my job. Before you leave home, I will summarize and make sure that I have touched on everything that you're looking for in a home. It's pretty apparent, after doing this for quite a while now. It's pretty apparent to me what buyers are looking for. Most buyers have at least one of the spouses that is very verbal about what they're seeing, and that they have a relationship with their husband or wife where they can try to pry those other answers, like, hey honey, what are you seeing in this? Do you like the kitchen? Yeah, I like the kitchen, but I don't like the kitchen. I do like this. I don't like the colors. I don't like the stucco. I don't like whatever it might be. And we are collecting that observation, and we are trying to get really dialed down on what you're looking for. So when you leave, I can type up the notes I know exactly what you're looking for. And if I know exactly what you're looking for, then you guys feel confident when you leave and I have to do a FaceTime recording, right? Take this guy and do a FaceTime recording for you, or live FaceTime or recording. And I can show you guys, hey, look, here's the fourth bedroom. Here's that view you're looking for. Notice that it doesn't have this. I know, remember that would indicate that it would have something else that you don't want, something like that. So you guys are very, very confident on that 1, 2, 3 buying process. And I promise you, it is tried and true. The Zoom call that we do is 10 questions, 10 questions that are very tried and true. It's something I've paid money for to develop, as well as tweet with my own experience with out of staters from people just like you on YouTube who have come. So it's that Zoom call. It's the preparation before we come with you guys sifting through homes, and then it's us together in the car talking about everything we see. And then once you guys go home, it's my job to keep sending those listings and take my iPhone and camera and film for you guys. So you guys feel very, very confident once you leave town that you guys are getting what you want. I've had people tell me, no, I'd have to buy a house. I'd have to see it. And then all of a sudden they come up and they feel pretty confident. And it happens time and time again. I've never had anyone say they have to be here for it. I've had people say they have to be here for it, but when they find what they want, push comes to shove, each one of them has not had to be here. I've had one person fly up for the home inspection, and I think I have a second one flying up for the home inspection pretty soon. So it's not like it's unheard of, but it is what people do eventually feel confident with. And I think it's because the bond we form when we're together in the car, when we're together in the homes, walking through, making sure that that process is easy. Now, what happens once you have an offer on the table? It's a lot of you and the lender, and then after you and the lender are through with your dance for 30 days or so, then we can close on the house. So that's how that buying process works. If there are any questions on that, put those in the chat. Put that in the chat. You can actually make a comment in the chat for anybody who's wanting to get a hold of me. Love to touch base when it comes to real estate or all things Boise. If you're considering those who are live, those who are on replay, do reach out, call or text. Would love to talk shop with you. Real estate, whether it's your home, whether it's man, you got a potential move, you got a job transfer, whatever it might be. We'd love to have you, and we'd love to go over and see if this is the right place. I've had a couple people say this is not the right place, and it's not for everyone. Our prices. It used to be everyone was getting here for the prices, right? But the prices, right? The prices, and but now people are having to decide, is Boise worth it? You know, you're leaving a beach and mountains, and you're leaving awesome weather, you're leaving Disneyland, you're leaving a lot of things, including the traffic, and you got to decide if that's worth it for you to be here in Boise. It's turned from we come here for the prices to we come here for the conservative values, and we want to be surrounded by that. Um, Again, would love to have you, but the prices are definitely rising, and I would say have definitely risen. And you have to decide for yourselves if Boise is worth it. It's not. It's not a debate if Boise is the best place on earth. Like we're a desert. We have a river that runs right through here. It's awesome. It's green in the valley. You leave the valley and you're in the desert. There are much prettier places on earth. There's a reason we go to Hawaii often. Um, there are much prettier places on earth, but there's very few places that have mild four seasons, very little bugs, uh, no radon, no natural disasters. There are and conservative family values. There are very few places that do that for you. Again, if you are looking to move to Boise, Idaho, and you need help, please call or text me, or you can also email me. You can also email me at brian@brianhighlands.com. Those emails come right to me and no one else, and I will see those as well, and we can get you going. If you have any questions, do put your questions in the chat box, where you're coming from, and we can respond to that as well. A reminder, if you are watching and you like what you see, do click that subscribe button. Most likely you are subscribed if you are on the channel already. If you're on the live, if you are, then click that subscribe button, and we'll get you seeing all things Boise or Boise real estate when they hit the airwaves. So I hope to see you subscribe. And all that's not my goal. My goal with the subscription is that it's free, is that you get to see all these videos as soon as they come out, as soon as they are the most fresh videos. Let's see. One more thing before we go. Guys, I don't think I have too much left to talk about. If you are needing help, please do reach out, give me a call, or a text or an email. I can see a few of you still on. If you have any questions you want me to hit before, I was planning about 45 minutes. We're at 23, so I do have time. I'm not trying to rush through this or end this, but I'm also not just going to stare at one another, or me stare at my screen, and you guys stare at me. Would love any questions or comments you guys have about the market or about different cities or the schools, the rates, anything like that. Would love to see that. And last time we had trouble, people commented and said they could not type in their message. Maybe that's what's going on again. Hope not. But looks like we're going to sign off, guys. This is Brian Hymas, Boise Real Estate, and realtor here in the Boise Valley, born and raised. Looking forward to helping you. And if it's not helping you move here, and maybe you have another realtor who's just as great, I would still love to connect and say hi. And if you have any emails, and if it's just hey, your videos helped me end up moving here, I've gotten a few of those emails, and it's nice to know that the help is needed and wanted and received. So, guys, peace out. We'll see you on the next time. And I look forward to another video. We're releasing those videos weekly. Next video coming out about CUNA. So if you're excited about CUNA, you'll see that video coming out shortly. Take care, guys. Peace out.